What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another live hangout vid. I haven't been on for a few days because I've been extremely busy with my other occupation. I do have a life outside of this YouTube platform. But since I've been able to get through a very busy long day, I thought I'd come on here and chop it up a bit. Won't be on too long. I reassure you I won't. I want to talk about a couple of things. First things first, I saw this going all over social media right now about the Adrien Broner and the Eddie Hearn situation. So I thought I'd chime in on that. Before I go any further, I just want to make sure that my sound levels are okay. So let me take a quick check on that. All right, looks like everything's a-okay. All right, let me just make this here, make a little adjustment. All right, perfect. Let's bring it down a little bit. Okay, cool. All right, so, all right, what's going on, Rock? Thanks, man. Thank you for verifying that for me. So do me a favor, those who are arriving or watching now, hit the thumbs up, please, because I really appreciate that. But we definitely got some things to talk about here. Now, Adrien Broner outs Eddie Hearn. Okay. Now, I saw a few videos on this and this talk around social media. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my 2 cents, my thoughts about this. Him outing Eddie Hearn. Now, what I mean by him outing Eddie Hearn, he declined a offer sent to him from Hearn, a 3-year deal worth over $6.5 million, which is about $6.7 million, right? So Broner took offense to that deal and called it a slave deal. Joe said, "Big up to Broner." Yeah, so he called it a slave deal, and this is what he said here. I'm reading the article here from Boxing Scene, but it was taken from his Instagram post, which I find a bit strange because here's the thing. Broner leaked the personal conversation that he had with Eddie Hearn regarding this deal, the email chains the email exchange or the chain that they've had. And this is what Hearn's email said, quote, "Further to our recent conversations, you may have seen our announcement last week for our new deal for 16 shows per year in the US. Now, I'll be interested to offer Adrien a 3-year promotional agreement as follows. Now, Fight 1, which is going to take place in 3 months, which is in September of this year, $2 million. Fight 2, which takes place a few months after that, in March 2019, $2.2 million. Fight 3, September the following, in 6 months after that, $2.5 million. Now, that sounds like a good deal within the 1 year span. Now, the thing that we require is for Broner to be active. So that's not bad money at all. Now, the problem is that people are going to look at this and say, did Adrien Broner really shoot himself in the foot again? Because mind you, he did turn down a very lucrative offer from Rock Nation, 5-year deal for $40 million, which is well, I'll get into that one in a second. But this is what Broner had to say about that deal. What's going on, Derek? What's going on? NBT, what's going on, man? I'm good, doing good. Now, this is what Broner said in an Instagram post responding to Eddie. He said here, quote, "Look, I'm sorry at Eddie Hearn. I'm sorry, Eddie, but you're a good guy and all, but you tried to give me the worst deal that Rock Nation has ever offered me." I mean, Broner also added the hashtags, "this shit ain't over," hashtag slave deal. Now, as far as a Rock Nation deal, I'm not sure if that was a bad deal. I mean, look, he was getting a 5-year deal worth $40 million. That's $8 million guaranteed. Now, it's easier to look from the outside in. Maybe there's more to that deal that we don't know internally. Now, as far as this particular deal, this looks like this was more of a flat fee offer that was presented by Hearn. Now, to me, that's a bit surprising because why would you offer Broner pretty much essentially either as a flat fee, if he's either it's a flat fee that he's offering Broner, or this is more a a guaranteed purse, plus he's only getting very little in the back end. Now, mind you, that's pretty surprising because Hearn is getting a $1 billion licensing fee for the next 8 years. Now, to further elaborate on that, it's a guaranteed 4-year deal, but there's a 4-year option to that. So even if you do the numbers correctly, it's a $125 million licensing fee deal per year. Now, the question is, why is Hearn offering Broner a little bit of a little amount to that? Now we can, like I said, it's easy to look from the outside in. People can say, well, wait a minute, this is the most money that Broner can ever make. Yeah, from a guaranteed perspective, he's getting that, but from the back end, it may not seem that way because Steven Espinosa's came out and said, well, what makes Eddie Hearn believe that that Broner is making more by those purses that he's offering him? Why does he believe that? So maybe this deal with Heyman and Broner is more than what we think. He's probably receiving a large percent of the back end deal that we don't know about, and that's pretty much the reason why he's so loyal to Al Heyman. And mind you, there's a lot of fighters that's loyal to Heyman and his management group. The Charlo brothers has even hinted that they're not interested in signing with Hearn. Now I've heard something else that they are interested, but who knows? But the fact is that Wilder, I don't think he's keen on doing it. I know Eddie Hearn has been trying to approach Wilder to sign a deal. Mikey Garcia is currently in talks right now. All I know is that what Broner did right here is pretty much really undermined Eddie Hearn in his attempts to try to overtake the U.S. boxing market in a way. Okay. Now you have Richard Schaefer, who came out and threw cold water on this deal as well, the Zone. And he said, look, he summed it up saying it's going to be a challenging task for Hearn to try to make this $1 billion deal work because, one, the app doesn't really have no content, in the new market, by the way. They have no subscribers. So how are you going to make up for that cost? How are you going to make up for it? So essentially, the purses that he's offering is pretty much a cap deal, which is a flat fee that I just mentioned. This is what Richard Schaefer is saying. Okay. Now, if you want my take on the Zone, I think it could work, but it's only going to work here in the U.S. if you offer a extensive trial period, not a 1-month trial period, an extensive period. Why do I say extensive trial period? Is because this is a brand new service that the U.S. market is not accustomed to. Here in America, we like the word free. Okay. Now to charge, from what I've been hearing, a subscription fee of $15 to $20 a month, that's not going to work, especially if that's a new provider right there. Okay. You're going to have to try it out longer for people, for the American public to get accustomed to it. And you're going to have to produce very, very good quality content, especially, coming to sports. Boxing, when it comes to Hearn, he's going to have to put on A-level fights. B-level fights, maybe you can get away with. But if you're going to put on C-level fights and you're going to charge American individuals $15 to $20, that's not going to work. I just don't see that. He's going to have to really put on A-level fights or maybe B-plus level fights. And I think they're going to need to extend the trial period longer than 1 month for it to work. What's going on, Malcolm Smith? Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I got a new machine too because I got rid of my old laptop. I got a new one. So the whole laptop, the sound was it was okay. It was decent, especially with my new microphone, my new headset. So things are looking good. I just got to say is that, this is going to make other fighters look at this deal by Hearn and say, they're going to have second thoughts. Now, I listened to Hatman's video on this earlier today. He makes some good, valid points to say, you know what? This goes to show that Eddie Hearn is going to have a very, very uphill battle when trying to break into the U.S. market. Because if you go back, because I like to go back to certain things, Eddie Hearn has blasted American promoters. He has blasted promoters like Heyman. He's criticized his platform and his structure of how the PBC brand works and how successful it has or has it not be, whatever you want to call it. But he has blasted Heyman and his structure before breaking into the U.S. market. He has also criticized other promoters. So that right there, as Hatman said, that is that people like the American American fighters are not going to take. They're not going to take those words kindly by Hearn, and then the American fans are not going to take that kindly. I mean, me personally, I don't look, it's boxing, it's talking. People like to trash talk all the time. It is what it is, even promoters and managers, other than the fighters. But the fact is that what Broner did, again, I have to repeat myself, he really, really put Hearn in a bad spot by, setting up a platform, setting up a scheme where all the elite or top level fighters are not going to be keen on signing with him, especially with the Zone Network, and they don't know what it, I don't know. It is what it is. What's going on, Hop? Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Your comment, man. I'm glad you're able to get my notification on this hangout. So we'll see, man. I mean, Eddie Hearn's really gonna have to figure this out because this does not look good, especially with what Broner did in putting him on blast like this publicly, man. Wow. And mind you, Adrien Broner still have a bit of clout, even though he's a knucklehead, and he may not be an elite fighter that what he was initially, as many people thought he was, but he still got clout and he still can draw money. He's like a Ricardo Mayorga. He can, he'll win some good fights, some decent fights, but he fails in his big fights. He can still draw because he's a fucking trash talker. He creates controversy outside the ring, and he's very undisciplined as well. But to be fair, though, as I mentioned before, Mayorga does have a way better wins on his resume than Broner. That's the fact. Derek Williams says that Eddie Hearn doesn't understand American culture, hasn't done any groundwork or built an American fighter. Well, I wouldn't call him Hearns, it's Hearn, because I do have some respect for Eddie Hearn to some degree. I'll call him by his regular name, Derek. But I do agree with you to an extent because I don't think that maybe Hearn did do some groundwork. Maybe he did some intel, some marketing intel on this, some research and development on this, on the American landscape before he decided to announce his Matchroom USA brand. Maybe he did, but maybe he didn't do it to an extent to understand the landscape and what the American culture, what the American demographic want from fighters and what they want from fights. Because you have to understand, here in the United States, we need good fights. And surprisingly, we do get good fights, but they're on free-to-air or the subscription network, not on pay-per-view. But again, the American boxing public is still in a bit of a hole because after the Mayweather-Pacquiao debacle, it's still in a bit of a hole. So it's slowly climbing out of that. It's been 3 years now, but it's still got some work to do. But the fact is that I do applaud Eddie Hearn for trying to take advantage of that. There's nothing wrong with taking advantage of that because, hey, let's introduce the American public something new. That's what he's trying to do. I applaud him for doing that. But then again, he's going to have to go back into the drawing board to figure this out and say, you know what? Like I said, if you listen to Dan the Man Boxing, take my advice, Eddie. I would go back to the executives of the Zone and talk them into offering the subscription a sense of trial period. Instead of 1 month free, give it at least 5 to 6 months free. So that way we'll get the American boxing public back into it. I think that's going to work. As far as Eddie Hearn, who he signed so far, I heard he signed Gabe Rosado. I heard he's closing out a deal with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Gabe Rosado, they're not really too relevant. Maybe Chavez Jr. is maybe relevant to an extent. He may still have a bit of a fan base left. But Gabe Rosado, high level journeyman, who knows? But Mikey Garcia, like I said, he's still talking to Mikey Garcia. Let's see. Let's hope for the better outcome for that deal. Okay, Mike Alvarado. Next, let me see. NBT says hopping in. Hop is hopping in and out. Hop and respond to that. Cool. I'm from the Mike Alvarado 303 area. Oh, you from Denver, bro? Hop, you from college? You from Denver? That's cool, man. That's cool. Pretty cold up there sometimes. Up in Denver. I've been in Denver one time, man. I'm not used to that weather. I'm just being real. I'm very vulnerable when it comes to sub-zero cold levels of weather. Actually not exactly sub-zero, but it is very cold over here compared to the good old sunshine, California of LA, because I live in LA, man. But so this is interesting. Let's just hope the best for Eddie, man. I think he needs to go back to the drawing board and figure this out and make sure this thing works. Born in Long Beach. So you from the LBC? That's right. You did. We did talk about that. Hop. I used to live in the LBC. The LBC, man. Yeah, Long Beach. I used to live in downtown, man, off of Ocean Boulevard, man. I can tell you one thing. It's nice, very good scenery, but the fact is just that had to make a change because I like it more in the neutral side of LA because you're close to Santa Monica, you're close to Venice. That West LA area is very, very, very it's very, very neutral for me because Beverly Hills, Century City, all neutral spots for me, ultra neutral spots. Um, yeah, so yeah, let's just hope for the best for Eddie. But then again, this is not getting any better because his week has got even worse because we just found out that just now that I'm sorry, Eddie Hearn loses the purse bid to Dillian Whyte in the Kubrat Pulev fight. All right, let me give you some details on that one. Let's go over this article together. I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share on that. Let me see if anybody can see my screen. Let's do a full screen. All right, let's do that. Let's see if anybody can see it. And no, that's not it. Let's look at, okay. All right. Okay, so let's look at this right here. Okay, this is the Broner article. We are seeing that already. So let's look at the. All right, let's look at the surprise bidder. I'm not sure if anybody can see this. All right, so this bidder actually outbidded Hearn and Sauerland. Wow. And they don't even know who this guy is. Let's read the article here. So it says here, quote, a surprise bidder beats out promoters of Dillian Whyte, which is Eddie Hearn, and Kubrat Pulev, which is Callie Sauerland, on Thursday to earn the rights to promote the IBF mandated heavyweight clash. Now, Epic Sports and Entertainment, a New York-based company that's new to boxing, submitted a $1.5 million purse bid at the IBF headquarters in Springfield, New Jersey. The company, with which long-term boxing attorney John Wirt is involved in, easily surpassed the offers submitted by Hearn and Sauerland. Hearn bid over 800 grand, and Sauerland bid about over 800 grand as well. So Hearn outbidded Sauerland by over 30 grand. But these guys came in here and outbidded both guys over $300,000. Jesus Christ. Now, Epic Sports and Entertainment, which is based in New York. Let me see. Oh, before I get into that, Hearn and Callie Sauerland have been negotiating a deal to stage the fight to either London, where Whyte lives, or Pulev's native fight in native country in Bulgaria. They've requested a 1-week postponement last week of the purse bid by the IBF because they thought they could come to an agreement without going to a purse bid. It wasn't clear on Thursday afternoon when the Pulev and Whyte fight would take place or where Epic Sports Entertainment will bring it. Epic must submit a signed contract from both Pulev and Whyte to the IBF by June to move the fight forward. Now, according to the IBF rules, the fight must also take place within 90 days of Thursday by August 24th, which is from today. Okay. Now, here's the thing, though. Oddly enough, though, the WBC has recently declared on Dominic Brazil as Deontay Wilder's mandatory challenger right now, the number one mandatory. The WBC has also ordered an elimination bout between Whyte and Ortiz, who Wilder knocked out in the 10th round back in March. So now we all know that Eddie Hearn has filed an appeal on Whyte's behalf with the WBC to dispute this order, and Whyte and Ortiz to fight. Oh, well, hold on. Let me reread that. So Hearn has filed an appeal on Whyte's behalf to the WBC to dispute this order for Whyte and Ortiz to fight for what WBC declares as a second mandatory. Okay. So, now I just want to make sure I read that correctly. Now, okay, I'm just go ahead and stop screen sharing it right now. Okay, now here's the thing. I don't know. I just didn't think that this was going to happen. Okay, because you have to understand, guys, when it comes to purse bids are not subjected to internal factors. Now, what I mean by internal factors, it's not just the parties involved between the two fighters, which is Callie Sauerland for Pulev and Eddie Hearn for Dillian Whyte. Now, anybody can come in and be partaking of purse bid. Those external factors can include Al Heyman, Andre Rybinski, Don King, Kathy Duva, Yvonne Michelle, and others. I'm just throwing some names out there. Anybody can get involved. Now, this boxing group, this entertainment group called Epic Sports, I never heard of them. And they just came in out of nowhere and outbid this fight for $1.5 million. Now, as far as the split is concerned, I got to figure out who's getting the higher split here. I mean, is Kubert Pulev's getting the higher split? From my area, he's getting a 75% split. I mean, that's not fair. If that's the case, that's totally a crime if that's the case. So if he's getting 75% split, let me take that 1.5. Let me do the math here. So you take 1.5, right? You take $1.5 million and you divide that to 75%. Pulev's getting 1.1 million out of that? Whoa. Okay. So he's getting 1.1 million. If that's true, he's getting $1.1 million off of that. And Dillian Whyte's getting 25% out of that. So 1.5 million, if I'm doing my math correctly, times 25%. No, that's not it. That's not right. Hold on. I'm doing that now. Okay, here we go. So if Dillian's getting 25%, times 25%. Wow. Jesus Christ. He's only getting $375,000 for this fight in US dollars. If that's true. Jesus fucking Christ. Pulev's getting he's getting $1.1 million. Now, I can understand why, because he is a bigger draw than Whyte if this fight's gonna be hosted in Bulgaria. But then again, it's unclear where this New York-based this group in New York, this sports entertainment group, who's unknown that I never heard of, it's unclear where they're going to host a fight, because then again, they don't have to host it in Bulgaria. They can put it wherever they want to host this fight. There's nothing that Callie Sauerland or Eddie Hearn can do about it. The only thing that can happen is that both fighters can pull out and say, you know what, we're not going to fight each other. Forget it. Straight up. Or one of them is going to have to pull out, because mind you, Dillian Whyte can still go the WBC route. But if that's the case, he's going to get outbid over there as well, because HEARN'S not going to put up the money to outbid, a Heyman. I just don't see it. Unless Heyman is not going to put up the money to outbid for Ortiz, who knows? Well, the fact is what's going to happen to that July 21st date, because Dillian Whyte, or 28th, I think, I don't know, one of those days, because Dillian Whyte is scheduled to fight on that day. So and that's going to be at the O2 Arena. So this is going to be very, very, I don't know, man. This has been a very, very bad week for Hearn, man. Very bad week. You get outbidded by an unknown sports management company or promotional company. I don't know what do you want to call them. And then you got Adrien Broner outing you like this. This is not looking good at all. Not looking good at all. Ah, my goodness. I just hope for the best for Hearn, man. I really do. I really hope for the best. Black Latin Caesar said, no way Pulev loses if he's still standing. I mean, Whyte's going to have to knock him out. Yeah, I mean, it depends where the fight's going to be held at, because Callie Sauerland didn't win the first bid. He did outbid Hearn by 30 grand, but this other company in New York outbidded both Hearn and Sauerland by over 300 grand. So $1.5 million. Pulev gets 1.1 out of that deal, and Whyte getting $375,000 for that. But hey, that's probably more money. Hey, is that Dillian Whyte's biggest purse if he takes that fight? I believe so. Because look, if Hearn, let's put it this way. If the total purse bid was 830 grand, right? Pulev is getting 75%, that's over 700 grand. Dillian Whyte's only getting about what, 200 grand out of that? So hey, this is his biggest payday. If Dillian, why not? Dillian could take the fight. Maybe he should if this is all about money. But if it's not really about money for him, then I can understand. Then he could just pull out of the fight. So this is yeah, man. Ah, man, this kind of kills the narrative about Eddie Hearn taking over boxing. I mean, look, this is no dig at anybody. I'm just saying, I've been hearing people going around saying that, but based off what I'm seeing to right now, based off what's been happening the last week with Hearn, I don't know, man. You got Richard Schaefer throwing cold water on this DAZN app deal that Hearn's got. You got Broner blasting him like this on social media, and then you have Hearn losing the purse bid today. So this is not looking good, man, at all. Of course, you had Wilder who outbid him a few weeks ago on this whole, not exactly a purse bid, but Wilder's team who's outbidding to have this fight done in the United States on a $50 million offer, which is proven to be legit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. I really don't. So uh, let me bring the guys in here. We'll talk about this. I mean, because this is interesting. This is interesting because now we have a new player out in the United States, a company that I never heard of at all. So I don't know, man. I don't know at all. All right, let me see. I know somebody wanted me to briefly comment on the Jack Johnson pardon by Donald Trump today, a posthumous pardon. Deontay Wilder, Lennox Lewis, Mauricio Suleiman, Sylvester Stallone, they were all there to participate. They were at the White House today to participate in that signing. Here's my take on it. It doesn't really mean much, in my opinion. I mean, yes, it's from a morale standpoint, I guess it's a good thing. But from a political standpoint, it doesn't really mean much to Trump because I don't see how this is going to be a political victory for Trump. It doesn't at all. The only thing I see out of this, that my take out is that Trump is a boxing fan. So, and I know that Sylvester Stallone has been talking to Trump regularly on this, and I think Stallone's the one who helped push that pardon. So, hey, it is what it is. Doesn't mean much. As far as Deontay Wilder, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you're cool for going over there to that White House. I mean, look, I don't like Trump at all. For, with all due respect, I do not like him at all. But hey, it's, if Deontay Wilder wanted to show up, so be it. That doesn't mean he supports the president of the United States. It's just that he showed up for the sake of Jack Johnson. That's what this is all about, in my opinion. But let's see here. Rock, you want a link? Okay, bro. Let me get you a link. I'm gonna be on here shortly because we're only gonna talk about this and maybe get a couple of things involved. I mean, just like this right here because this right here, yeah, this is the only two things I want to talk about right now. Let me see. Let me get you guys in here. Hold up. Wait for this to load up. All right. Yeah, something definitely went wrong. Why is it not loading up? Why is it not loading up my chats? All right, let's see. Well, all right, we'll just give it a little bit and see what happens. What's wrong with Gmail? Let's go another way. Go on Edge. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, so let's do a couple of things here. One is check out a couple of other things. Okay. Let's see. Okay, guys, forgive me here. Let me just go ahead and post a link to the Hangout. Copy paste. Let's see if I get some gangs on here, because we're gonna have to talk about this. Get Rocky here. Where's Rock at? Where's Rock here? There we go. Got him. Let's get him in here. Let's get some other people in here. Oh, there we go. Let's try this one. Okay. Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's good?
Not much, man. You the first one to log in. I got more people coming in. Yeah, man. So we're gonna chop it up just real quickly, man. You know, besides having a long day today, man, trying to recruit some people, with all that stuff. You know, my job. So you know, got to get that new job. So everything's good, man. Hey, what's up, brother?
I said, handle your business. Do your thing.
Yeah, man. Life as a manager. But yeah, Dwayne wants to get in. Let me get him a link too. But yeah, I just want to chop it up real quick. I'm sure. Have you heard the latest news on Adrien Broner out in Eddie Hearn, man? What's your take on that?
I seen a little bit about it, but I mean, I don't know, like, if really what he was doing outed Hearn so much as it outed himself. Considering, I mean, that seemed like it'd be a pretty good deal for Broner.
Right.
Considering the purses that I've seen of him, you know, the reported purses anyway. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's getting some back end deal money around the way. You know, like under the table, so to speak. But as far as what's been reported of his purses in the past, that deal that Hearn gave him, I thought was a very solid deal for somebody that is frankly a B- level welterweight.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, considering he's really an elite fighter, I mean, he's not been a somewhat of a losing streak in a way, even though he got a draw against Vargas. But I will say this though, that is a very good deal. But again, it's easy for us to look from the outside than looking from the outside in. What I mean by it is that perhaps he's getting more on the back end that he would get from Hearn.
Right, and that's why I mentioned it. That's why.
Now, what time your boy fight?
Anyway, I want to
say tonight.
Yeah, that's like 8 or 9 hours from now, man.
Okay, that's like 3 in the morning over here, or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll break that down real quick too. We'll chop that up anyway.
Chris said it was going to be 1 p.m. UK time, so it'll probably be like 3 or 4 in the morning.
It says on the ESPN Plus, the ESPN Plus.
Oh, it's on there.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be on ESPN Plus, and it's also on Sky.
Oh, perfect.
Sky's carrying it too.
So okay, that's cool. They showing anyway, man. Pound for pound, one of the pound for pound best.
Yeah. Well, also on the ESPN Plus shit, they're gonna show Kenshiro and Ganigan Lopez too, which I'm really happy about because, you know, considering that they didn't show like Daigo Higa and the Murata undercards the last 2 times out, you know, I think that's a good look because, you know, you can't forget about the other guys on the card just because, you know, Inoue and McDonough are bigger names. You know, those guys that I think deserve just as much airtime.
Right.
Hey, Broner ain't worried about that extra meal, man. That's the threesome sex tape recording. He only care about, you know, getting his little dance on when his when his intro music played. He ain't give a shit about none of that. Man turned down $40 million. What won't he turn down, man? Eddie,
yeah. That's a good point. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of a little shocked about that one because Rock Nation were able to get Ward. They were able to get Miguel Cotto at one point, and they had Guillermo Rodriguez.
Heyman told him, hey, you remember Floyd called that shit slave contract? You remember you want to be like, call that shit slave contract. Broner's like, man, yeah. Broner's like, man,
that's a slave contract.
You're right.
Like, I ain't on the plantation. That's
this dude sounds just like Broner, man. But you know what, though? Maybe Eddie Hearn's going to have to up the offer if he wants Broner, because here's the thing. Because the Zone app and Richard Schaefer kind of threw cold water on this too. But the thing is, too, for this to work, you're going to have to do two things. One, you're going to have to up the offer for these primetime fighters like Broner. And you know he's not elite, but he can draw money still. He can still fucking sell, put asses in seats. We can't take that away from him, number one. Number two, he's going to have to get back with the DAZN, the group that owns the app. I forgot the name of the group. He's going to have a meeting with them. They're going to have to extend the trial offer that they're going to present here in the States. Because from my understanding, it's 1 month. That's not good enough, because what I'm also hearing is that after the month trial is up, they're going to charge $15 to $20. That's not going to suit well here in the United States, particularly for a new app company that's totally unheard of.
Broner can't do nothing for that network, man. Well,
he can help.
No, let me tell you, he can't build a network. He can't. Like he can be that guy. He can do the highest number on Showtime, because you turn to it and say, oh, that's the dude I remember. But as far as putting it on Instagram, be the first to catch me on DAZN. No, people ain't gonna check for him like that. I believe he's hanging on with Showtime. He's not no network builder. Floyd basically rebuilt, Showtime. He had the power to say, hey, subscribers, bring your ass. Broner just fell up on, he kind of got it. Floyd pissed gold, and he pissed on a lot of their heads, and they, it make them feel king like. But
that's a good point. But for some reason, the Showtime executive still finding keen to invest into Broner because of his brashness. He's a controversial figure.
They're not doing it over $2 million like Eddie trying to do, because they know he can't sustain.
Well, it's $2 million, but very little on the back end. So if you take the 1 or 1.5 that Broner's guaranteed, he's getting a lot more percentage on the back end on the total revenue. So that turns out to be more than what HEARN is offering him based off what's going on. So, or it could be, to be fair though, it could be loyalty, because Heyman does do well with his fighters. He does treat them extremely well. So that could be that too. Even though Broner has fucked Heyman over so many fucking times, but Heyman seems to be by his side, keen on taking care of the kid. You know what I mean? So I guess it's a business move on Heyman's part. I don't know. But the fact is that this doesn't really make Eddie Hearn look good at all. But I'm going to bring Charlie in here, though, to see what Charlie has to say about this. What's going on, Charlie?
Yo, what's going on, Dan? Can you hear me?
Not much. No, yeah, I can hear you fine, brother. I'm going to bring Rocky in a second, too. But go ahead, Charlie. What do you want to say?
No. What was you talking about? Because I kind of came in halfway. You was talking about Eddie Hearn and Broner.
I'm talking about Eddie Hearn's bad week overall, because he just lost the first bit to Whyte and Pulev, too. We'll talk about that one in a second.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
So that's going to be in where? Bulgaria?
We don't know, because
or Germany.
We don't know, because here's the thing. Because Hearn not only got outbidded, Sauerland got outbidded by a company out in New York by $1.5 million.
Okay, so it'll be in the States.
More than likely, we don't know. We don't even know nothing about this company.
Eddie Hearn might know about that though, because he's with this new conglomerate of Americans now, and with this deal, so he's probably told them all the things to bid for, all the fights that will get butts on the seats and views. And Pulev and Dillian Whyte is probably one of them. I'm not saying it'll be fight of the year, because it won't, but it'll be exciting for some rounds, because nobody knows who can win. Both fighters can win that.
Yeah. Well, before we get into that one, because we kind of jumped a little bit, let's talk about Broner out in Hearn, man. What do you think about that? Because I'm not sure if you read the story.
I saw him say is Eddie Hearn's throwing away money. That's all I heard him say, or that's all I read. So I don't know what else he said.
Well, this is what he said. I'm gonna bring up the article here, man. I'm gonna read it to you. He said here, well, I'll paraphrase it the best way I can. Okay, so basically, he's offering a 3-fight deal, right?
Yeah.
Between now until 2019, right? So so basically, our Broner's got to be active. So his first fight is going to be a guaranteed $2 million deal. Then his following fight, which is in March 2019, is $2.2 million guaranteed. And then his third fight in September 2019, which is next year, would be a guaranteed $2.5 million deal.
He should take that, man.
Well,
but he should take, unless he can get more, and he knows he's guaranteed, he should take that, man.
But I think that's a problem here, because here's the thing.
Go on. I think he should get a little bit more than $2.2 million, though.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think Eddie Hearn should have done. He should have gave him a one-fight deal, because I think Broner would have taken it. Give me a one-fight deal. See how well I do, and then we can renegotiate on the next fight. I think that's what he should have done. But instead, you're giving him a 3-fight deal, and you're not giving him much increases in those purses in those 3 fights.
But you know how Hearn does. He always likes to have, more than, he likes to take people a certain direction. You know what I mean? 3-fight deal is possibly a bit too much, but a 2-fight deal is okay, because he can finish that this year if he wants, or next year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You make some good points there, but then again, maybe it's the fact that he feels he's getting shafted on the back end. That's probably why he took it. He didn't take it, but at the same time, it's all about professionalism. I think that Broner kind of went too far to call it a slave deal and blasted him like that on Instagram. I thought that was like, whoa. To me, I saw Hatman's video on this. I have to agree. I think, to me, that kind of sets the tone now for all these other elite fighters in the United States.
I hope they
with her.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't do that, but it's their loss. You know what I mean? If they know they can make more money, then it's on them. You know what I'm saying?
That's if they can. Honestly, like part of me feels like Broner's kind of full of shit. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him, to be honest with you, in terms of actually being an honest person about anything, especially when it comes to money. Especially when it comes to money, though. So like I just kind of wonder if he's so tied in with Heyman and all that stuff that he is showing, I guess, loyalty in some due regard by virtue of, if he doesn't and he does make that deal with her, and all of a sudden maybe some of these decisions that seem like where he's getting the benefit of the doubt may start going against him by virtue of like, oh well, he's not with this guy anymore, so let's look a little bit harder at that punch. Did he really land that punch, or did it land on the glove? Did he really block that punch, or did he get hit in the face?
Just ain't got no confidence to make a new move. Like his career, like he know right now. He know where he stand, bro. Like you kind of right on that. To think about it like that, but it's even deeper than that. He just know where he stand amongst the whole flock. And it ain't in a good place. So when it's like moving to a new city when you don't got your money right, and you're not an adventurous type person, you know what I'm saying? You like, say you're from a small little place, you don't care for adventure, but you know the opportunities are there, but you're not sure you might get them. He's there because he's been beat to be there. You know what I mean?
That's a good point, because it could be.
He got made honored into that situation. So today, Al Heyman just come in the boardroom and say, "Hey, Broner, I give you another cameraman for 24.
That's why I'm saying.
Let me jump in on that. Wait, Charlie, hold on. Let me jump in on that real quickly, because that's an interesting point. Because perhaps this is kind of like a equivalency to a job. Because let's say if you're an employee, right, and you've been working under this supervisor for such a long period of time, but yet you were able to get away with so much crap that you weren't supposed to do, but this supervisor favored you so much. But now it's like you can't go nowhere else, because it's like, where are you going to get your favoritism from? Because to me, it's kind of like Heyman somehow is like favoring Broner a bit. You know what I mean? He puts up with his shit, but at the same time, he gives him some bit of favoritism.
Because he sells a lot of tickets.
Right.
Let's be honest. So what now I said is right as well. I mean, maybe he is being loyal. Maybe that is what it is. We shouldn't look too harshly on that, but I think it's 50-50. To be quite honest, I don't think anybody should just jump at a hat of somebody throwing up a deal. But the person only knows. Broner knows what he generates in fights and what money he's made before. And if he knows he can make more with Heyman and he wants to stay loyal in that, then you know what I mean? I can't be against him for that. But if he's just doing it to kind of make some kind of statement, and and look a certain way, I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
But was it 40 million over 5 years he turned down?
That was a Rock Nation. Yeah, I think.
All right, so that's the even bigger thing. Because if you do the 40 by 5, what you know, come on, there's millions on top of millions a year. The man, dog, like if you would turn that down, this ain't even nothing to talk about, bro. Like
Yeah.
like he don't believe he can't. He knows even man, it could be HBO or anybody that come to him with some real numbers that you know he can't do.
Well, let's be fair though. Let's be fair though.
That is not there. He can't believe it.
Speaking of Rock Nation, I mean Keith Thurman turned down a lucrative deal with Rock Nation, so Broner wasn't the only guy. I mean,
now how much was Keith Thurman's?
I think it was about slightly less, but it's almost up there with.
You know what it is, though. You know what it is, though. To be fair, right? It's probably to do with like if you sign with these people with that many time, what's gonna happen to you as a brand? And I mean, they have no track record of being a success. You're stuck in a contract. And as far as we know, we haven't got no venues. He's a European promoter. It's all up in the air. I mean, the whole thing of it. It's madness. Like Broner, remember Broner's advised by Al Heyman, right? Yeah. And he's going to listen to Al Heyman. I heard from Richard Schaefer, and this is the most important one, right? It's on Radio Raheem's thing. What he's talking about, he says, well, the fight with pay-per-view, we don't know how much money they can get because with pay-per-view, they can get like, I mean, who'd ever thought someone's going to get 500 million? That's how much Mayweather was. Oh no, sorry, 100 million Mayweather got, right, for his pay-per-view. Now, if you stay in pay-per-view, that's why pay-per-view gets you that type of money because them fights. But if you get, they tell you're gonna get a cap. This is a fight. How much is Eddie Hearn getting, and how much is the promoter making off you? You know what I'm trying to say to you. And then also, like I said about venues where we fight, and he's got them at dates. To me, he's saying like Eddie Hearn. He's gone to Japan. He's probably gonna recruit some of them Japan fighters. I won't be surprised if he gets Inoue or one of them dudes there. You know what I'm trying to say? So he's got connect. You got the Sowlins, he's got connections. Eddie Hearn hasn't got that. Eddie hasn't got that Don King effect. Because if it was Don King, I bet you Don King would have people signed up, and that's what you need. And because of this is happening in the kind of not really Cold War, but the whole thing with America and England with AJ and Whyte, it's happened at a kind of a junction time. So if it wasn't that situation, I think people would have jumped on board. But the way what Eddie Hearn's been saying about in towards the Wilder, I remember people thinking, boy, look how he's talking to Wilder about I've done this for this and that for your career. But everyone's going, hold on a minute, but look what you did with Luis Ortiz. His career was successful. We ain't that dumb. So even though Broner, we might think of all that, he's got smart advisors, and they're saying, well, bro, if you really work out of it, I'm not gonna earn more than I was earning from another guy. And even Rock Nation, we was thinking with Rock Nation with Broner, maybe he should have took it. But if you look at it, let's say Broner took that Rock deal and Furman took it. Look where Rock Nation are now. You see what I'm saying? You're signing with companies. Yeah, but you're signing with companies that have no history of doing boxing. We don't know how successfully well. At least if you're going to sign with someone like a Bob Arum, or you're going to sign with someone who's got a track record of bringing you and making you money, then you could stay with them. But these guys have no idea. I don't even know this dude. All I see is this dude, DAZN. They're in Canada. No one's heard of him. And Eddie, they brought Eddie, and Eddie brings that attention towards them. Yes, I understand that. And he's talking about money, but we still don't know about if we go on your platform, right, what's going to do for us. And you're telling them we got to pay a subscription. Everyone knows we live stream. You know, the majority of us are live streaming stuff. We're probably going to live stream that fight. DAZN should know that we're not going to pay. And even if they lock it off and make it seem like we can't see their stream, well, boy, you're killing the fighter. Everyone knows this is our thing.
This is why I say, though, if you're going to introduce that content, they're going to have to give an extensive trial period more than 1 month, especially here in the States, because we don't know anything about it. There's nothing on it right now. So if you're going to introduce something new, you can't just give us a 1 month trial period and expect us to pay $15-20 a month on it, especially we don't know what type of content you're going to deliver on it. You know what I mean? It has to be good quality content.
Eddie Hearn's probably got a get out of clause contract. If I don't sell a certain amount, you can get rid of me. But the fighter,
he's got a 4-year option though. No.
Yeah, but listen, in the option, I'm telling you, he's probably got a kind of contract here that, boy, if I don't sell, then I have the right. You have the right to terminate my contract, yeah. But the fighter hasn't got that. So if the fighter is signed with him, Eddie could leave you. Eddie will leave you, and you have to sign that contract. You won't get no fights. You know what I'm saying?
That 40 million from Rock Nation, he ain't got no reason not to took that. Ward got his money, Cotto got his money, and both of them can fight for whoever they want to fight for today.
Right.
Rock Nation. No, hold on. Rock Nation literally let Cotto walk away. Ward got more money than he deserved, more money than he could make them back. Put them in the dump. You don't worry about what they get back. You get your look. I don't like Ward, but one thing he did right, he finessed the shit out of Jay-Z or whoever was trying to spin. Broner looked like
they could afford. They could afford to take a risk on Ward though. Even though they did, I agree with you. They did take a loss on.
Fuck if they can afford.
They did. But the reason why they did it because they had Cotto. They made a lot of money off Cotto.
Fuck if they can afford it or not. You getting paid either way. You getting paid. Broner crazy, bro. 40 million.
But here's the thing, though.
And they would have been out of business within 2 years of him signing that contract.
You're right about the money they earn, right? But let me tell you something about the Rock Nation, and they were doing good because they're the artists, they this and that. But listen, where are they now, bro? They no one trying to run with them, and that's what I'm gonna say. You
don't have to be running with them. You run alone in this sport. You pay me.
Yeah, I know you take their money.
You pay me. That's what it is.
Yeah, I know that you take their money, right? You take their money, but what I'm trying to say to you, in the long run, all them people have come in, 50 Cent, Rock Nation, they're gone, bro. They're fly-by-nights. These dudes have been like, boxing's not easy. What they've done, they've hired Eddie Hearn as a mercenary, right? To put him out there to try and get them to say, Eddie don't give a shit about them. If you pay Eddie a couple of million, Eddie will jump on your roof, will dance on your roof for you. You know, that's what they said. Eddie's just a front man, but we don't know the contract, even though you're earning the same amount. The fighters who are not going to earn their money. So let's say Big Baby, and some of America, they'll sign with the Sun. Of course they will. Because I'm going to get a steady income. I'm probably never going to be a pay-per-view fighter and the blah, whatever. You can sign with them, but you're basically, your career's capped. Your career's capped because all the major fights are on pay-per-view. That's that. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth.
And I go get my year. End of the year, it's 3 fights.
You got to mute. No place. Somebody got to mute.
Is it just 3 fights? That's all it is.
Yeah, it's 3 fights. Yeah.
Man, I go my year and get the fuck on if I don't like it, bro. I have an out clause. Look, you negotiate all this yourself. Look, if you don't do what you said within the first fight, I'm out. You know what I mean? I ain't wasting no time. But you coming correct, man. Broner just ain't trying to hear shit. He don't believe in himself enough to hear
so much competition with the World Boxing Super Series. There's other fights coming on. Boxing's at a great time. No one's going to be putting themselves in this hole. Like the PBC. PBC is the one who brought boxing. They brought boxing on free TV, and they're trying to go away from the pay-per-view. Now they're trying to say, "Well, you come on our network." We never heard of your network, brethren. No one's heard of your network.
Yeah.
And bro, if see the network, if the network is even over here, it'll still get fucked up because we over here, we got Box Nation, we got BT Sports, which is more or less the same, and we have Sky Sports, right? And then in between that, ITV Channel 5, we see that for free. Where is this company coming from, bro? Like this, Eddie Hearn is just fronting it, and he's very good at it. And if anyone else was fronting it, we wouldn't care. It's because Eddie Hearn, right? So I don't know what Eddie Hearn's cut is, slices, whatever. But what I know is they said 3 fights, bro. Them company could even, maybe they can't even get you a fight, so they say 1 fight, you might get 1 fight a year. And you're right, low place. You're right about just get your money and get on. But your career is you're gonna be stuck in inactivity if they can't get you your fight.
Now if you got a good legal team, the contract exactly how you need it. Hey, look, I'll take your money, but we putting in here, y'all new, and if you mess up on any of these steps, we out of here. Quick.
All right,
he already only fight 1 time a year for the most part. Broner don't be active and shit. Like no. You can't mess up a 1 or 2 time a year fighter. Nobody's gonna miss that.
Yeah, I think 2.2 million is not enough, because you got to look at it, right? There's 125 million a year available to Hearn, right, for 16 shows, right, which works out about 200 grand each. But he can't pay everybody 200 grand. Like that's if it's an 8-fight card. He can't do that. So obviously some people is going to get more than others. If it was like 5 million or something like that, just for 1 fight, I would take it if I was Broner. But I think that's what he's looking at. 6 million over 3 fights or 7 million, that's not enough. I'm going to be real for Broner. I'm sure he could generate that himself.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Again, it goes back to my point. It's easy for us to all look from the outside in. And what I mean by the inside part of it, there's more into the back end deal that he's getting from Heyman than we know. That we do know or have little knowledge of. So why he out of that deal.
One loss away.
Man, from the inside out, I don't like I said before, I don't think Broner's all that bright. So
yeah, that's another good point too. Let me get Rock in here, man. Rock, what's going on, man?
What's up, fellas?
We're good, man. We're good. What's your input on this, man? What's your take on Broner lasting earn for this deal that he was offered?
Well, to follow up what Naoto said, Broner's as dumb as a box of rocks. So that goes without saying. Me personally, I'm just not the type of person, or is from things that I've experienced, you shouldn't do behind door business out in front. Right. I mean, if there's an offer extended to you and you don't like it, turn it down. Nobody has to know about it. Broner potentially fucked himself over by putting this out there on Twitter, and maybe by some weird circumstance, it was somebody else who might have wanted to offer him more, or who might have wanted to do business with him. But because, jackass Broner got to be so unprofessional, he's screwing himself in more ways than he even know.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Yeah, because I mean, going off of what he's saying, like if I'm somebody else that wants to offer him so much, not even just for fights, but like for an appearance or what have you, and he's just gonna put you out there and be like, oh, like this guy's trying to undersell me, he's being a cheap ass and shit like that, then why am I even gonna fucking offer him the shit? Fuck it.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, Dan, I got a question real quick, Dan.
What's up?
It's one big thing that ain't in this title. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody out there talking about this one big thing that happened in boxing today. Nobody talking about it.
What's that?
I'm playing no guessing games, man. Let me just look at
Dan, you know. Dan,
you're not talking about that pardon, are you?
Fuck the pardon. Fuck the pardon.
Well, let me talk about. I'm talking about the purse bid that Eddie Hearn lost to today too. We're gonna talk about.
What purse bid?
Is it gonna be anybody gonna want question what the videos for this new partnership with old Trump Dump and heavyweight champ?
Nah, man, we ain't talking about that. We'll talk about that later.
What purse bid did he lose?
He lost to Pulev and Whyte purse bid today. And guess who he lost to? He lost to an unknown company out in New York that outbidded not only him, outbidded Ireland too. They put up the purse bid for $1.5 million for that fight.
Yeah.
But anywhere.
Yeah, but they're Russians. They're Russian. They probably got some.
No. The company isn't Russian. It's not a Russian company.
No, I didn't say it was Russian. I didn't say it was a Russian company. So they got someone to front it. Tell them blacks to go, bro.
No, I don't know about that because the person they're affiliated with is a U.S. attorney. He's a U.S. attorney, well-known boxing attorney.
Fair enough. I didn't know. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
I've been looking up that company too, Dan, and it looks like they mainly do like a concierge service and they host like golf tournaments outside of major sporting events and shit. And they have like they have a bunch of celebrities that show up.
Oh, okay. Epic Sports.
You know why it's a good look? Yeah. They bid double the amount. Like Hearn and Sauerland.
Right now, I got a picture of it. Says an epic day with NFL Hall of Fame wide receiver Jerry Rice and Justin Timberlake, and they're playing golf. So
that's who they are. I never heard of this company.
Yeah, they're a concierge.
I've heard a lot of sports entertainment companies, but I never heard of them.
A lot of people invested in boxing. That's what I'm saying. Boxing on the rise, and just like the you lot can hear on the pardon, but Donald Trump talking about boxing with Deontay Wilder, and now that's good for our sport, man. That's very good for our sport. So who said so? Marisa Suleiman, all in the Trump. Yeah, they're talking about boxing. You have Sylvester Stallone, and I covered it. And I think it's
Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis was there.
I think it's a great. About time he was fun. I would have liked to go President Obama. I don't care, but Trump's always been a boxing fan. He had Mike Tyson and back in the days when Mike was big. So it's a great thing that he does some bad things as a president. And stuff I don't agree with.
Horrible things.
But you know what? Going back to the Broner situation, like him putting it out, because I actually know the fight. There was a fighter. What's his name again? His name's Money. He was supposed to be on the undercard of the Bellew and Hay. And they didn't show
Money Powell the fourth.
Yeah, Money Powell. That's his name. Money Powell the fourth. Right. So he was on the card, and basically they were offering him that deal as well. They were telling him to leave Richard Schaefer. No, we got a better deal. There's more money gained. So they've been doing it to everyone. It ain't Broner, but like you said, what Rock Wonder said there. Like they've been offering everyone, and Broner, yeah, unprofessionally has put it out there, but he probably felt disrespected about the numbers, because if he didn't feel disrespected, he wouldn't have put it out there. So they've been offering. Adrien has basically emailed all of them, and only Broner's probably the only one who probably put it out on social media. But him putting it out on social media is a good thing, because it keeps people talking about it, and other fighters keeping it in the conscious minds of how much people are bringing it off. And he don't care. Adrien don't give a fuck. Adrien is desperate to sign because he's got dates and he needs to fill them. He don't give a fuck, bro. I don't know how much money they're willing to offer. He might have to put up more money to get more fighters in, but he's got dates and he has to do it. Otherwise, I don't know what he's gonna do. Nothing as well I was gonna say. So how's this gonna work? Because he wants Andre Ward against Tony Bellew. So is he gonna basically take? Is he gonna basically take Tony Bellew off Sky? I mean, is he gonna undercut the fighters on Sky TV to bring over? I don't know, but
yeah, this is a very well. That's gonna be very tricky, because even his high-profile fighters are not even signed to the zone. They're still on Sky. So I'm trying to figure out how this is gonna work, man. I mean, are you gonna?
Yeah, he can put all that on there though. He got the right to put all that on there.
Really?
No, he doesn't. No,
he can't do that. I don't think he can do that. He's on.
Yeah, he said he's putting all the UK fights on the zone. He's already said that. He said we already.
But this is the thing, right? The zone. So why? See, the thing is, Sky TV in the UK, yeah. You don't. Some shows are free, some are not, right? So we're gonna see it's free for Sky, right? And then the zone people in America have to pay. Why would you watch the zone when you could watch it on Sky Sports if you got a stream? You see what I'm saying? It don't make no sense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Again, you got to do a trial. You got to do an extensive trial stream for at least 6 months, so that way people can get used to it here in America. To be honest with you.
Some that I just found too. Jamal Charlo says, "Me and my brother are open to hearing Eddie Hearn's offers."
Yeah, I did say that.
They're not scared. They're not scared to. They tired of being second behind Adrien Broner, problematic ass. They tired of being on undercards, and we sit up here and tell. They tired of that. Al Heyman. When you say Al Heyman treat his fighter rights in a way, but at the same time he do play that yo, he's the popular guy. Look, they fucking outdoing Adrien Broner left and right. On his undercard, left and right. They should be listening to somebody. Sadly, I'm gonna have to get another network if they go somewhere else.
Let me get Mike in here, man. Mike is in the chat. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
Man, we're good, man. I just want to get your take on the Broner out heard it like this, man. What do you think? Stupid. I mean, dumb, stupid, smart, or what?
I don't understand. Well, I don't trust Broner's business acumen. First off, I don't understand if you're in serious negotiations with someone. Why are you airing your business?
Mike's in the background, brother.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got the TV up. I don't understand if you're supposedly in quote unquote serious negotiations, why is he going out of his way to air something publicly in the way that he did? Did he try to renegotiate with Hearn? Did he try to offer something to get something more? We don't know. That's my issue with all this. You could have kept this in the cut without airing it so publicly, or you could have done more work behind the scenes to see if you could possibly get more money. But instead, it seems like he just got the offer, rejected it, and then just run off on social media. It makes no sense to do that kind of business.
Yeah, I agree. Good points, man. I mean, it goes back to my regular point. It could be this is legit. You know, he had legitimate reasons why he turned it down, or it could be due to the fact that it's loyalty. But then again, I agree that he shouldn't have just gone out there and did it publicly like the way he did. And mind you, this is not the first time he did this. He did this publicly to Rock Nation.
And furthermore, for me, the position that he's in, he's been losing more than winning. Mm-hmm. How much pull does he think he really has at this point?
Well, to be fair though, he may be losing fights because I kind of equate him to Ricardo Mayorga, because when Ricardo Mayorga started losing fights after Corey Spinks, he was losing more fights, his big fights, than he was winning, but he was still drawing money because of his brashness, his controversial style, his attitude outside the ring. So that right there can sell a fight.
But you still have to perform, and even with Mayorga, they got sick and tired of him. Don't Broner think that he's susceptible to that as well?
He's living on a
Boy.
prayer. Take mine. That's what he's doing, man. He just riding it out until it go, and he's not gonna jump off the ride because it's a comfortable ride. If Showtime make him uncomfortable, if it's something that makes him uncomfortable, is he know a decision's gonna come and he can't fulfill what the people are asking of him. That he just can't do it. Like, and I so support the Charlos coming out. I don't want to pay for another network to have to see them. I don't want to pay for several networks and shit like that. But I understand, bro. People don't want to be put behind that. You're drawing with Jesse Vargas, and they gave you a catchweight with him. That's your peak. You got a new trainer, a guy that don't let you play, and you still can't pull out the victory. Meanwhile, the Charlo brother is on the undercard, Tank is on the undercard, and you basically you the afterthought of this shit. Yeah.
Hey, let me say,
Shadow ain't big like that.
You got certain fighters who go with certain things. A lot of Al Heyman fighters, they're African American. You got a lot of De La Hoya's got Latinos. A lot with England with the Eddie Hearn. He's a lot of English fighters. He promotes a lot of English. He basically he loves England. He promotes English fighters. So even the American fighters gonna go over there. Like Low Place wants them to go over there. I reckon they're gonna get set up to get punched up anyway. That's what I think. I wouldn't go with Eddie Hearn. I wouldn't want them. Yeah, because I won't take no money from Eddie Hearn and have the American fighters come over there and every one of them get beat down. Because in the day, that's what probably going to happen to them. Because in the day, Eddie Hearn ain't trying to say, I'm going to promote all fighters, everything. He ain't saying he's primarily for the UK and UK fight. He'll tell you that. So why am I going to go with him and all he cares about is European and European fighters? You know what I mean? Why are you going to sign with him for?
Man,
and any problem you do have with him, you got to chase him down in the UK. And he might not pick up the phone. So what you going to do then? What, call the zone? No, man, it's messed up, bro. I ain't trying to mess with that dude, bro.
Man, the UK ain't got nobody that's gonna punch up no Charlo, bro. That's just that on that. You just ain't got it, bro. Y'all just don't have it at the moment. Maybe
but he showed you what Luis Ortiz what he was gonna do.
Ask Kell Brook that, bro, because he'll tell Charlo, go up to fight Golovkin. Okay, this is what we need to do. Get you fight Golovkin, get his eye taken out. That's what happened to Kell Brook. Don't be trying.
Money. They're gonna make good money. That's the fighter risk.
People saying Broner ain't smart, right? But Broner ain't smart. Like everyone knows who Broner is. Broner was one step, or Broner's always one fight away from doing a pay-per-view fight. He's always one step from a pay-per-view fight. They know who he is. He has to, good or bad, you know who he is, right? That's why they called him to be over there. But he end of the day, he knows his worth. Even that Rock Nation thing, he never took it. He might regret that. But you see, when you sit with Al Heyman is going to look after you. You know you can knock on Al Heyman's door. You know where Al Heyman lives. You know what I mean? He calls you all the time. That to me, that's all right. I'm not going no guy. I don't know where you are. I don't know where that company is. Never heard of them before yesterday, and I'm going to sign with them. They need to, like Dan says, they need to have some trial run with some bums, and let's see what's popping. You know what I mean? Because I ain't going over there. I don't trust Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn been lying. He been lying all week when we talked to Eddie Hearn about the Wilder and Joshua fight. So I ain't trusting that dude anyway. As far as I can throw him, that's my take.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the purse bid. He lost that purse bid today to an essentially unknown company for the Whyte and Pulev fight. Now it's $1.5 million. Now, according to the split, Pulev's getting 75% out of that purse. So that calculates to $1.1 million. Dillian Whyte's getting 25%. That calculates to $375,000. Now the question is, that's something we didn't see coming. I'd expect that to happen. We knew the purse bid was coming, but you guys know that purse bids, anybody can bid for a purse bid. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be an internal factors, meaning Sarlin and Hearn. It could be anybody. It could be Brybitsky. It could be Hearn. It could be Duva. It could be Michelle. Anybody. But this company came in here and put in 1.5. That's I mean, to me, that's like a sign that, hey, you know, people are saying Eddie Hearn is taking over boxing. No disrespect to people who believe that. That's fine, but I mean, that right there is a sign that he ain't quite taking over everything. He's going to get outbid like that.
I wouldn't have bid in the first place. If my dude was only going to get 30%, I wouldn't have tried to win it. And Dillian Whyte should drop that. He's worth more than $300,000.
Well, the problem is though. Well, here's the problem because Hearn bid for the fight for $830,000, and Sarlin bid at $811,000. So this company came out of nowhere and outbid both guys by over $300,000. So even if Whyte does pull out and say, you know what, I'm not going to take the fight and decide to go the WBC route, he's going to earn a lesser split for that fight. for Ortiz. Ortiz is getting, I think Ortiz is about to, is it a 50-50 or is it 60-40?
Ortiz ain't rated higher than Dillian Whyte, so he wouldn't get a higher split, but it probably would be 50-50.
Okay, probably 50-50. So maybe he'll make more for that fight. But
yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even work. And if it's the IBF belt, you can get that shot just through Joshua alone. And you ain't promoted. Like, so if I'm Dillian Whyte, I'm like, man, I'm not fighting no $300,000. You know, he hot as ever. He probably
$375,000 to be exact.
What did he make? What did he make to knock old boy out the other day? They had, no, they was at the O2 Lucas Brown. They was at the O2 Arena with a nice little crowd. 300. No, come on. He a heavyweight.
$375,000 is actually his biggest payday if he goes through with the Pulev fight. So let me look at the purse right here. Let me look at that purse.
What did he make with Joshua? What did he make when he fought Joshua?
He only made about let me look at his purse history. Hold on. Let me look at it.
And that's a heavyweight, man. I know that man touching $1 million at least, man. Come
on.
No,
he's not. No, he's not. Come on, dude. Let me see. Joshua got $3 million for that, 3 million pounds against Dillian Whyte. We know that. So that's about $5 million US. As far as Dillian Whyte didn't get $1 million. He didn't get $1 million for that fight.
What did he get?
I'm looking at it. Hold on. Let me look
Probably
at it.
ain't that there.
What are you talking about? When he fought with Dillian Whyte, that was the British and Commonwealth. That wasn't no world title, man. What are you talking about?
No. Joshua got 3 million pounds for that fight. This is what is listed right here.
You know, I can believe that because that's on the pay-per-view. But when the Dillian Whyte happened, he don't earn that much. Dylan don't draw that much money. That fight, there was empty people in the seats, man. He don't draw that money. And then let's talk about Eddie Hearn and the purse bid. Eddie Hearn ain't won a purse bid since bloody AJ.
He got $1 million. He got $1 million from Lucas Brown.
And he ain't won a purse bid since then. Eddie don't win purse bids, bro. He'll let you think. He'll let you take whatever. That's why they need to get that bloody fight with Wilder because they don't want to go Russia. So I'm not surprised he lost the purse bid with some other unknown dude, whoever. So I don't know where the fight's going to be held, whatever. I'm not surprised about that. Eddie don't bet, man. He's a chartered accountant. All they care about is making money and saving money. So they don't spend money. Eddie if Eddie was your advisor, right? He'll make whatever money you got, he'll double it or triple it. But he won't make you spend. With the money you got, you will not spend it. That's how Eddie does. He makes you more richer, but you don't spend anything. That's what he's good at.
Smart.
Yeah, he's an accountant. His dad's an accountant. That's how they make money.
Yeah, I wouldn't have paid no 1.5 for this fight either. Like whoever did pay 1.5 for it, they trying to make a splash, but they jumping in the wrong goddamn end of the pool.
Well, it depends where they're going to hold the fight because the company's based in New York. We have to repeat that. So they could bring the fight over here to the States. I'm not sure that's a good move, but I mean, that's possible. They could do that, you know? Now, this right here, man, this is a strange twist of events here, man. I expected her to win the purse bid today, to be honest with you. I really expected him to do that. But it just goes to show that, you know what, again, he may not be the top, top of the cream crop as we thought he would be, you know? There's other people that be more powerful than her at this point, especially a company that's unknown.
Absolutely. They listen. Absolutely. Eddie's very good. He's very entertaining and stuff. But in terms of spending money, you ain't getting a dime. You know what I mean? He makes money. He don't spend money, especially in purse bids. They don't got time to be he don't throw money away. Very cheap. Very cheap in that respect.
We seen people come in thinking pockets is the way in boxing, and it is the way to get your damn pockets empty. Look, Eddie didn't get outbid by somebody who like the Sauerlands didn't outbid him. It was just these people that trying to get their feet wet. Like as far as people in boxing, he was the #1 guy, but that's that other company come in saying make a splash. They did it. So. Don't trust people just because they throwing the big number around. Don't mean they got big cojones. They might just be trying to, kick something in there, kickstart something.
No, but the thing is, when you're revered as the most powerful entity in boxing, that means nobody can touch you. Not even
Al Heyman. Remember Al Heyman, Peter Quillen, Rock Nation. They outbid him. What they did, 1.4 million. The purse for Quillen was supposed to be.
Well, let me ask you this:
what the hell are they at now?
Let me ask you this. How many people? I never said Al Heyman was the most powerful guy. I said he was one of the most powerful people. I don't believe in the most powerful person in boxing. I don't believe that because I always believe one individual is going to be more powerful than the other. Okay, but the thing is that remember, how many people outbidded Don King in purse bids when he was up on top for years? How many people have done that? You know what I'm saying?
No one.
Exactly. So I mean, it gets to a point that you're going to lose your prestige, your prestige and clout to some degree. But the fact is that my point is that if nobody can really outbid you in purse bids, that shows to me how powerful you are.
Yeah, you control the board.
You control the board. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but see, Hearn got outbidded by this unknown company. He can't control terms now for this fight for his fighter. So his fighter, White's going to make a decision.
Company, this unknown company is coming in because people like Hearn showing them there is money in boxing, and they are going to get their feet wetter than they know to try to make a splash. That's like he is very, very. He might be right now. He might be.
Al Heyman. He doesn't look well. Is it embarrassing to? Wait, hold on. Is it embarrassing?
I would say Steven Espinoza is. As of now, he's. Well, I don't look at power. I look at who's doing the best job.
Well, okay.
Al Heyman was, and Steven Espinoza is now.
Well, do you think it's embarrassing to lose to a purse bid to a company that never?
No. It ain't because you don't. Anybody can bid. Like anybody in the world can go make a bid on this shit.
Well, to me, it means something because this company doesn't have any experience in boxing.
That's the point. That's why they spend over. That's why they spend over $1.5 million in experience.
I wouldn't consider it embarrassing. I mean, if they have no experience in boxing, they just have money to throw around. I mean, you could very easily lose. Like, who the fuck is Rybinsky? He's just some motherfucker with a ton of money. He doesn't know shit about boxing outside of fucking Povetkin. So fuck whatever he thinks that motherfucker's worth.
And context here is critical. EJ just said that Hearn is essentially cheap. He doesn't spend money.
Oh.
If this offer is going to go out there for 1.5, why would Hearn go out there and spend all that extra money? If he does, that's hitting him in his pocket. He's not the type of person.
That's true. That's a good point because
he probably looked at it as, hey, these guys are gonna bid 1.5. They're overspending like a motherfucker. Fuck it.
Let them make that stupid. Let them make that stupid move. I ain't losing that for them.
Yeah. Or you looking at Dillian and say, look, you don't draw that much for me to outbid them. So
but to EJ's point, Dan, it's about Hearn. What EJ is saying is about Hearn at the end of the day. So it's not gonna matter what Dillian Whyte feels, how he feels.
Yeah. He's gonna get punched up in Bulgaria. That's what's gonna happen to Dillian. Everyone knows it.
They're not gonna hold that fight in Bulgaria.
They're gonna have it.
Huh?
But they're gonna have it.
Well, if not the States, then probably in the UK, man. I'd imagine it would make more there than it would in fucking Bulgaria.
What, pay-per-view? What, they're making it pay-per-view?
I have no idea. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. But what big boxing events have you ever seen in Bulgaria?
Well, bro, hold up. Pulev is a big draw in Bulgaria. He's like,
man, what are you talking about?
Celebrity over there. He's a big draw over there, bro. He's like the biggest draw in boxing when it comes, in Bulgaria. Bulgaria is not the biggest electorate when it comes to boxing. It's kind of like New Zealand. But Pulev is like it's a huge legend over there. Believe it or not, he is.
Yeah, he is. I'm saying, so you say he's not going to be there. I'm saying where he's going to be. I'm just telling you. Like, if it's going to be outside where Dillian's comfort zone is, Dillian's in trouble because he don't fight well outside, man. He's in trouble. They know that already. So Dillian's got to go on the road and go against undefeated fighter who's only ever lost to is Vladimir Klitschko. Regardless, that's who he's going to fight. Good luck to him.
Well, let me ask you this.
He got washed by Vladimir. That wasn't even competitive.
No, that's how the guys ever lost to, though. That's it. Everyone knows he beat better opposition than Dillian's fought. He beat Tony Thompson. He's beat better opposition, man. So Dillian's in trouble, bro. You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to fight AJ, right? But he don't give a shit. He'll fight AJ.
He beat an ancient Tony Thompson, man. He beat an ancient.
Oh, he's got Alexander Usanov on his. Alexander Usanov, and Usanov is a better fighter than Brown, in my opinion. Lucas Brown. So
who's Dillian beat?
It's potato, man. Like Usanov, Brown, Usanov. It's like same level of guy.
Yeah,
big stiff idiots.
Yeah,
it's kind of true. I'll give you that. You're right.
I think he's Pulev's pretty decent now, but he old though. Obviously,
Pulev is trash, man.
Well, you know what? Both guys, Dillian Whyte.
Folks how you really
here's the thing. Both Dillian Whyte and Kubra Pulev have been fighting guys who are like over it, not at their best, or like way old and ancient. But if you want to edge it though, because Pulev got Kevin Johnson, he's got Samuel Peter. So Andrew, you could probably give it a Pulev as far better opposition, man.
Yeah. But when did he fight those guys? When did he fight? If I could Samuel Peter. Samuel Peter.
When
oh my God.
Like with Lucas, he fought them a year old. When he fought, he was like a year old. They were the same.
Malcolm Tan. I mean, heavyweight prospect. Malcolm Tan. Come on, man. Seriously, Malcolm Tan. And before that, they were trying to fight Michael Grant. I mean, look.
Hey, man, the body snatcher wobble.
I'm just being honest.
The body snatcher wobbled the current three-time heavyweight champion.
What would him got knocked out?
With a bad shoulder. Boy, know he in trouble when the body snatcher pull up. That's all I'm saying. He know he in trouble. He in trouble.
Pulev?
Hell yeah, he in trouble.
Pulev is the one who wants that fight more than Whyte. I mean, Whyte wants it, but at the same time, well, actually, no, I take that back. Pulev is like, well, if they're not keeping me in the loop of negotiations, then I don't know what's going on. This, that, and the third. I take that back. But the thing is,
Pulev don't want nothing.
But the bottom line is that if Dillian doesn't want to go through this fight, that now that Adrien Hearn no longer can dictate the turns for him, will he go the Ortiz route? Because maybe he earn more going that direction.
Dillian was supposed to fight Thing, bro. He was supposed to fight Povetkin and cut out of that one, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't want that.
Povetkin did that. They said they didn't want to fight him.
Yeah.
Povetkin said no thank you.
No, he said, no, I'm not going to put my mandatory spot on the line for that. Forget that. I'm not going to fight Whyte. Yeah. So he's like, I earned my right. So I want the number one guy. So I earned my right to fight him. So that's what I'm going to fight. So, but the fact is that now the question is that if they're going to pull out of the Pulev fight and they go to Ortiz route, how are they going to resolve that issue? Because they still got to wait, to get their shot in another year or so, 6 months to a year. If he does beat Ortiz, which I don't see happening, to be honest with you, I don't see him winning that fight. So
Ortiz had.
Nah, he ain't beating Ortiz. I'm sorry, he ain't beating him.
Ortiz sitting out the ring, just getting older and older.
All right, well, he's still faster. He's still faster. He's still faster than Whyte. He's more powerful than Whyte. He's still got that pop in his punches.
He got that volume. He ain't got no more power on him. No physical strength. No, that old man getting older and older.
You think so?
Easy way to get your ass knocked off out here. Especially let Dillian hit him in the dick. Let him hit him in the dick a few times. You saw what happened that night. The old men better sit their ass down.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
For real, man. Young Bucks coming, man. Young Bucks coming.
Well, I mean, we'll see though, man. But that, like I said, that first bit was surprising me. That shocked the hell out of me. I didn't expect that to happen.
I'd rather fight Ortiz anyways.
Why are you surprised? Eddie Hearn he don't win purse bids though like that.
Well, I mean, here's what I'm a little bit surprised about. If I wasn't surprised that he really lost, I was surprised that Sauerland did outbid him because he outbid Sauerland.
Yeah,
don't go to purse.
They're all cheap, man. All of them. Sauerland wins purse bids. He probably puts a bit more money in, but them guys are all cheap. They don't. You see them guys there because it's all Europe. So they're thinking, it's marginal. And they know each other. Him and Eddie are good friends. They're like, they don't need to put no one. They're probably surprised more than anything that another guy came in and probably betted and said, so I'm just interested.
Yeah, they laughing at him. They laughing at them.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see where the fight's going to be. Because that was, to me, the guy who bid it, he's obviously sided with Dillian or he's sided with Pulev. That's why he's come into the equation. That's what I'm thinking. You ain't going to just put your money. He's obviously friends with one of them. And I'm thinking, or he might be that guy, one of the friends with that Dejan guy. I don't know. He might be friends with them people. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see where.
Mute, man. Damn, muted.
What's up? I muted. Hold on.
Yeah, he went out on us for a bit there, Dan.
You're back.
I'm back. Okay. I guess my machine just froze up a little bit. But anyways, let's talk about something real quickly before I head off on here.
Anyway, right?
Inoue and McDonald's fighting tonight. Over here in the U.S. it's about 3 a.m. I think in the UK you guys get to see that 1 p.m. So what's you guys take on that fight?
Upset.
More like 7 our time.
7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's a little bit better.
All right,
You're talking about East Coast though.
Oh,
yeah,
East Coast.
Yeah.
Oh my bad. Okay.
We're gonna see an upset, man.
Any penny.
Man, we're gonna see EJ and Chris upset that McDonald completely got obliterated. That's what we're gonna see. They're gonna be upset.
No, many times, yeah.
Y'all gonna be upset.
I already put my money out already. Already put money on McDonald already. Like I've talked to them.
Man, you might as well just send that shit to me, man. You should just PayPal that shit over.
Yeah. Anyway, I put my shit money down the street.
I'll do more of that money than they will.
Anyway, let me get my prediction anyway. I won't put money down. I reckon McDonald's gonna hold him off. This is a really good fight. Eddie Hearn's over there. Listen, if he gets blown out, then anyway, he's the real deal, like everyone's been saying. And great for boxing. If not, he gonna get found out, and Chris is gonna come after now. And that's it. That's what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? That's it, man. That's what I'm gonna say. Someone else jumping.
Nah, I'll jump in. I got anyway on this one. I don't think it's gonna be relatively easy. If he makes it easy, I'll be very impressed. But I mean, I never really rated McDonald that highly. I mean, I do. He's a good fighter, but I don't rate him that highly. I really don't. I guess given his controversial fights with what's his name? Solis, yeah, with Solis and Kanata, those two guys. I mean, I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sometimes even controversial. If you come through controversial fights, that doesn't mean you're not a bad fighter. But still, though, you struggle in fights like that. And some people felt that Solis was been over the hill, and you struggled against him twice. So I don't, that's why I don't know. I think Inoue should handle him. Be a little bit tough, but I think he should be able to dominate him a bit.
Now, if your man a power puncher, right? If McDonald start hugging his neck, headlocking him, trying to drain him with low blows and shit, like how your man handle it? Like, cause I'm not even being funny. I'm seeing these dudes that can't punch no more and they can't hold shit off. They looking for different ways. And I'm not finna put that past McDonald. Like, I really think Inoue should whoop his ass tonight, judging from everything I saw. Have you seen him handle some shit like that or be in that kind of fight?
A little bit. He fought a fighter from Thailand a couple years back that was, going in there trying to be rough with him, and Inoue got rough right back with him.
The one that took him the distance now then?
No, he took him 10 rounds and he got stopped finally. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head. It was at 115 though.
That shit matters now. These dudes don't like to lose head up no more. I haven't watched at least McDonald since probably the week it happened. But all I remember is him holding a bit. He didn't get dirty in that fight, didn't he? He was getting that whooping.
I just don't trust how strong McDonald's going to be at 118.
Oh yeah.
Last couple fights, you've heard his trainer basically saying it's time for him to move up to 122, move up to 122.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah,
now he's going right back down for one more fight at 118. And if Inoue can, if his power can move up to 118, if he can get to McDonald's body, McDonald's in trouble.
That's a good point, man. But
I was gonna mention that. I think the body work is really gonna be where it pays off here.
When I told the trainer didn't really bring that up, man. He would bring it up. He said,
and besides, McDonald, he's never been a guy who uses his height and his length to full effect. Never.
Yeah.
But he's saying he needs to do it, like work his jab overtime and work on that. So we'll see if he can do that. Like I said,
he can box relatively effectively behind the jab and moving
he's
around.
He's not consistent with it though,
now.
He's not
but he's primarily effective at doing it against a lower tier of opposition than what you know.
Kamida's pretty good.
Kameda still got to him though.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kameda still knocked him down. He still scuffed him up. He still arguably beat him.
Kameda done as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well,
what I'm saying is that the trainer didn't say that. So about the weight, that's good points. Listen, he's the underdog. That's what I'm trying to say to you. He's the underdog, so he ain't expected to win. And all the points you're getting, all valid and all understandable because, like, look, the guy's supposed to win. He's pound for pound. He's in Japan. He's got everything going for him. I understand all that. But remember, the other guy is still the champion, and he ain't lost. But this is his best competition he's faced. So we have to find out. But the guy is moving up. We don't know how anyone's going to be that way. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out in a couple of hours for sure.
I mean, looking at the weigh-in photos, they both. I mean, McDonald looks like he definitely has to do some extreme things to make that weight. Inoue looks fucking fresh and ready to go. And I think Inoue is going to try and put on a show, man. I think he's going to show out and try and send a message to everybody else in the WBSS that like you better look out.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you was finished. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. You know, I think McDonald's a tough guy. He'll put up a good fight. He'll go down swinging, but ultimately, I think he's going down.
It'll be a good fight early. Inoue's going to have some problems getting to him early, but I just think over time, he's going to weaken physically. He's going to weaken physically, and he can't hold up for 12 rounds.
Yeah, his last two fights, Inoue's last two fights against Boyao and against Nieves, something that he showed in spades in both of those fights was body work. He just crushed both those guys to the body before he finally killed them off to the head. And I think really that's the goal with McDonald as well.
McDonald gonna cheat, bro. He got too much. He got nothing to lose, everything to gain. He over there in somebody else's country. He gonna cheat that man. This the pinnacle of him right now. If he any way he can do it, he gonna cheat. He gonna cheat that man. He got that young, fresh body. He gonna go in there and do all he can to and Inoue might come through it. I just got a feeling, man. These dudes can't punch, and they don't like getting punched, and they don't like just taking a fucking trip for nothing. You don't want to do that. Been trying to can. Inoue better be ready tonight. He better be ready tonight.
Well, yeah, I hear he definitely be ready tonight, but I'm definitely ready to watch that earlier.
I mean, you're taking that trip for the payday.
Yeah, but hey, you always want to win. And if you can do it in the dirty, if you can't do it the right way, these dudes today, man, I'm telling you, Inoue better be ready. You can't punch and be quick and be good and think, you know, no, not today.
Well, okay, one more thing before we go, man. I want to talk about something else now.
Wilder.
About your boy. No, we ain't talking about Wilder. Forget that.
Oh, man.
Man, look, I said what I had to say in the chat.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. I mean, I already mentioned there ain't too much to talk about.
Let's just say me and T on the court for a change.
Yeah.
I think that I want to talk about it. I want to ask what the people that I always, you know, what y'all videos at? Because
that doesn't mean he's the
one I'm about to go watch when this is over.
He don't support the motherfucker. Dude, it's not. He doesn't support the motherfucker. Okay. The fact is that look, he's there to show it's at least something right to do. I even said it. Okay, is you can't bash Trump all the goddamn time, but I guess this is one thing he's done right.
I mean,
it's like it doesn't do much.
Steve Harvey didn't support him either. He just went and see what he was talking about.
No, Steve Harvey.
Well, there can be.
You're wrong about that, Dan. You're wrong about that. Steve, he came back and basically said he was wrong for doing that. After Charlottesville, he basically told his fan base, "Nah, I was wrong for doing that. Given what he did there was a wrong move, and I apologize for that."
Help him none.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Wilder with the Trump. Wilder down with
like
the
I
Trump.
just said, all the only thing I'll say is for once, me and T on accord. You can support somebody without having to be there.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, man. Like, at the very least,
policy, but not the man. He ain't have to show up.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, though, like I think there is something to be said for supporting a just act. You know, what he did ultimately is a just act. You know, to pardon him. It's long overdue, of course, but at the same time, it's not even necessarily showing support for Trump in so far as a holistic scattering of his policies, because I think
I'm not with it. I don't want him to be used as a photo op. Have him being called my next great.
Personally, I wouldn't do it. Personally, I wouldn't do it. Personally, I wouldn't do it. But I'm just saying, like I think from the perspective of Wilder, of Lennox, of Suleiman et al., I think ultimately they're trying to show support for boxing and trying to show support for an act that's something that should have been done and is finally being done, and that justice is finally being served in some form or fashion. You know, whether it's too late or too little or what have you, there's something being done in some way.
We agree on that. You said you personally wouldn't do it. Wilder, my dude, so far, I liked a lot of things he's done. I wouldn't have done it.
No, that's what I mean. Like to me, I would, you know, somewhat criticize Wilder for being there. Yeah, because But at the same time, I mean, there's a certain level of discourse that has to go on with regards to socio-political issues. And who knows? Maybe him being there, he could talk to him about some other things and maybe get a little bit of influence from.
Talk to him about some.
I'll be honest.
Forget Wilder.
Honestly, I think Trump is an encourageable person. I think he is. I think.
Oh,
I do.
Oh, Lord.
No, he's not, man.
No,
he's not. No. Let's get off.
Oh my God.
Let's get off this.
He is. I don't think he's one of those people that's 100% set on the things that he does and or says.
He's been doing and saying these things since the 70s.
Yeah,
no, he ain't. No, he ain't.
This
dude met with the CBC talking about he was gonna do this and that and didn't do a damn thing. They left off. They walked out on him. Please.
No. What I'm saying, I'm talking about Trump in the sense of.
I was responding to what Nanta was saying.
Okay.
What Nanta was saying. So no.
Because I'm talking about Trump. He's been racist for a very long time, and it's well documented.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying
about this racism, but Suleiman worse than Wilder, bro. This man talking about build a wall on they building prototypes.
Exactly.
What was Suleiman? Fuck Wilder. Wilder can do what he want. I don't think Wilder can fight. I ain't really interested. All right, here's what it is. I'm looking at the people who back him, and I'm like, what? Oh shit.
Okay.
But as far as Suleiman, my niggas, hold on. My niggas, Suleiman. This man building prototypes with tax dollars.
Called your people rapists and murderers, and you sit there. Okay, let's not go down that rabbit hole, bro.
He worse than Wilder. He worse than Wilder.
Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah,
let's just say you absolutely right, T, and let's move on.
yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about
for the record, though, I agree with all of you guys on that.
Yeah, let's talk about
Trump acts, but
let's talk about T's number one pound for pound fighter, Adonis Stevenson, real quickly because real quick. The WBC has came out and they're ordering Stevenson to fight Vosdick. However, they will grant some type of exemption. I'm not sure what the extent of that exemption is. I think they'll allow the rematch between him and Badu Jack to go ahead if it's immediate, or if he's not gonna take that rematch or unification bout with one of the champions, then he's gonna have to fight Vosdick. Now, according to Bob Arum, he's willing to bypass that, and it's going to force Stevenson to take that fight against Bostic. So what do you guys take on that?
I don't know. Aaron smells blood. That's why he's wanting to fight now, coming off the way Wilder looked, particularly at the end of that fight. Yeah. I'm up in the air. I have to be honest, say I don't know what's going to happen with Stevenson next.
I know Badu Jack don't deserve no rematch. If you're gonna fight like that, I ain't supporting nobody giving you a rematch. No fighters. Look, like I said before, if Stevenson had a career of cheating fighters, being whatever in the ring that just wasn't legit, I would be here saying today that's what you get. But nah, I don't know fighter that's doing it right deserve to be getting punched in the dick just because you couldn't lose like a man. When he turned the heat up on Badu Jack, love Badu Jack, but when the heat got turned up, he didn't motherfucking like it. And he had it, and that's why I don't trust fighters today now. I'm going about McDonald, and I'm thinking that you're going to get hit and you're going to pull some bullshit. If not, then I give you credit for losing like a man. I need to start giving people credit for that. Going out like men. So Vosdick deserves a shot. Badu Jack, Kathy Duva need to keep his name out her mouth with Bivol, because he hit Bivol in the dick, and you would show that you didn't learn your lesson the first time, jackass. All right, Miss Redhead, shut the hell up. All right, now Badu Jack need to take some fights and prove that he ain't gonna be on that bullshit. And when he get another fight, a top fight, the referees need to be hard on him. Say, I'm not finna deal with that. That's just how I look at that. Stevenson Vosdick all day. And hopefully Bob Arum ain't on no bullshit, because he old, and that Superman Stevenson curse will kill his old ass. And it's just it's simple as that.
That was dumb as hell.
Superman was for that kryptonite that last round, though, wasn't it?
He fucking was. This damn low blow. Hey, I thought he was gonna quit. I mean, I gotta give a man a lot of credit, because I would have quit. You're not gonna hit me in my dick and my legs, and I'm just gonna keep on fighting.
He was gonna quit. That would have went 13, 14, and 15.
Maybe.
He'd have passed the hell out.
Yeah, he
His
would
body
have.
would have quit.
I tell you what, he get a second win pretty good. Normally, if you quit hitting him low, normally from what I've seen, if you fighting straight up,
Dude, that's
he
a
can get
horrible
tired. But
excuse.
He
it's
gets
not
one.
an
A
excuse.
fighter gets one
No,
second
getting
win.
hit low ain't an excuse, bro. It's a
Yeah,
foul.
it is. You know.
It's a foul.
Okay. No. I got a question. I got a question for you.
If that was what should happen in every fight, then I pray your big fights in low blows and all that. I wish that well for you, but I'm not going to support that here.
What are you
There's
talking
no
about?
excuse.
Look, a foul happens in sports, right?
Not intentional fouls where a guy just keeps.
Yes, they do. What are you talking about, low intentional?
No. I said
You
where
never
you
watched
keep getting
basketball.
away
You
with
never
them. No,
watched
they do
basketball.
not happen. They do not happen where you keep getting away with them intentionally. That's not sports, bro.
Well, let's be fair. Steve
What
said,
do you mean it's not sports? It happens in every sport.
To get
Yeah,
away
people-
with
people
intentional
foul.
fouls
Let
repeatedly.
me tell you something. It don't happen
Let him
if
make his
the
point.
ref
Let him
don't
make his
catch
point.
it.
Let him make his point. Because Dan,
Let
your
me make
point
my-
is irrelevant as hell. Holding and hitting is not the bruh. No,
that's
bro.
fouling, bro.
No,
It's
no.
considered a foul. It's
And
considered a
you
foul.
would
Let me
have
ask
never got. You
Hit
would
me
have
after
never
one
got
day.
to
Hold
that
up.
point.
Hit
No,
me
no
after
Yes,
one
you're
day.
right.
Dude,
We know that. We know that. But
No
you would
exactly.
never
Why you
got
fight
to
me
that
on
point.
this?
You don't throw
No
the
offense, no offense, T, but technically clinching is illegal.
I get that, and I agree, but you do not get there if you do not throw the low blows. He has no career of being a clincher.
Whether
It don't
whether you
matter
do
about
it,
his career. What about that fight?
Wait a minute, T. Wait a minute, T.
Trade-off made by the referee, but it was started by Badu Jack and his low blows.
But wait a minute, T. Wait a minute. Whether you do it intentionally, you begin to do it, or you do it in reaction of someone doing something to you, it's still a clinch. Clinch is a clinch regardless.
Agreed.
And it's technically illegal. And
Agreed.
Stevenson did a whole lot of that during that fight.
Agreed.
Are headlocks illegal?
It was a trade-off from the referee.
Are
That's all I'm
headlocks
saying.
illegal?
I wish none of that shit happened.
Are
But
headlocks illegal?
Badu Jack got hit once low, and he took liberties to do it nearly 10 times that I counted.
Are headlocks illegal in boxing?
Yeah, headbutts are illegal. Yes, they have.
No,
they happen.
headlocks.
They happen.
Are headlocks illegal in boxing?
Yes, we know that. Yes, they are.
Okay, so your boy ain't get called for it. So why aren't you burying him for headlocking somebody?
I'm giving you the referee's take. He
No,
did a trade-off.
Your take, bro.
A trade-off. If you if you don't understand that referees will make I say you did this, I'm fine.
What the hell referees do you work with?
That's what they do.
Referees don't do that. No, they don't.
He should have took points from Badu Jack, if not disqualified his ass.
I feel like both of them should have got points taken away. There was a whole bunch of clinching and headlocking.
Rock basically even got to the clinching and headlock. I feel like Badu Jack should have had points taken.
When somebody hits you low, you don't clinch. When somebody hits you low, you hit them low. You get them up off of you.
Well, that's what you can say. That's what your rule can be. But hey, it is what it is. If he don't want to be a dirty fighter, he don't have to be a dirty fighter just because another man
was
can't fuck with
clinching
him.
and headlocking. That's
well,
dirty.
hey, look, like I'm saying to you, it should have never got there because the referee should have took points from Badu Jack.
You mean to tell me that this man controlled what this other man did?
Disqualified him. If not,
this grown man made this other grown man clinch him because he hit him low.
And that other grown man still whooped his ass and had him run around the ring after he hit him low.
And it was a draw, so who lost?
Well, guess who still got the title? Ain't my fault.
It was a draw. Who lost?
And guess who still got the title, right?
But you said he got his ass whooped.
Look, Badu Jack, I love him.
He got his ass whooped to a tie.
I picked Badu Jack. I picked Badu Jack to win the fight. But Badu Jack fought like a bitch, and he could not handle it, bro.
And Adonis Stevenson didn't, though.
Okay, I was with you there a while.
I'm not with you
here.
No,
Adonis Stevenson fought like a bitch too. How you professional? How you professional fighter?
Hey, like I said before,
you got out of damn shape.
I don't blame any man for what they do after they get hit in the nuts. I'm not with it, bro. He got hit in the dick.
You mean to tell me he got hit in the dick?
It is what it is. Okay, if you're telling me that they were okay, all right. The low blow started in the 6th round. That's when they started. So the clinch.
So you mean to tell me?
Oh no,
there was nothing he could do to not get hit in the nuts.
Answer one for a change.
That's something he could have done. Rock hit him back low.
Yes, you can, but if you don't want to be a dirty fighter, you don't have to be. What if you hit that man back low and the referee DQ you? What if that happens?
Who had the reach advantage?
So what? He took the fight on the inside. He took the fight on the inside.
Who fucking fault is that? If you fight from the outside,
so
you ain't
fight
gonna
on
get
the
hit in the
inside.
dick.
You deserve to get hit with low blows. Can
No,
somebody
you
tell
don't.
this
You
man
don't
stop talking?
deserve to get hit with
Somebody
low
tell this
blows.
man stop talking to me.
Why? Because you mad? You in your feelings
All
right now?
All right. Look, Badu Jack threw straight punches. He threw straight punches from range to the dick, bro. He was not in the
And
clinch every
Adonis
time he
Stevenson
threw.
straight up headlocked him. Like they were both dirty.
Okay, all right.
Exactly.
Okay,
It was a competitive trash ass fight.
Rock. Answer one question for a change. Because I know you hate Stevenson. I really don't care about that.
What
But
are
answer
you
one question.
talking
Be
about?
realistic. Be realistic. Be realistic.
That's a
What
little
round?
strong.
Oh, hold on. Let him answer the question. What round did the clinching start in?
I would say somewhere in the second half of the fight, 6,
There
7.
you go. And the low blow.
When he couldn't fucking breathe.
I would say the seventh and the eighth and the ninth, 7th, 8th, and the 9th round is where that took place, and the 10th and 11th and the 12th.
Because he couldn't breathe.
Okay.
He couldn't stand up on his own.
Now, where did the low blows take place? Where did they start?
Somewhere before that. I don't understand. Like, how many low blows did you see?
Yeah, I lied. There were plenty, bro. He threw one. He threw a combination of 3 or 4 at one point.
So you mean to tell me there was nothing he could do to stop getting hit in the dick?
Hey man, look, it shouldn't be anything you have to do to stop. He should not be taking that liberty. It's a rule, and he's a referee there to do his job. I understand if you want Stevenson to learn how to
so you mean to tell me
be the low blow blocking king, then that's on you. If
so
you
mean to tell me
promo, that's
referee
on you.
is supposed to catch everything?
In this instance, he did catch him. He did.
No,
he warned him plenty.
He warned
him and called him plenty, but he did nothing about it.
He warned him. Here's the thing.
No. It was
you're missing something.
But I'm telling you, it was beyond warning point at this time. When Stevenson, when they got the 5-minute break, Badu Jack should have been told, you do that shit again, because it was blatant. He should have told him, you do that shit again, I'll kick you out the fight. Badu Jack, as soon as the little break was
Where
up,
was the warning on the
headlock? Back
headlock?
low again. Like I said, man, I just think the ref traded it off. I'm not telling you it's right for but if you're hitting somebody low, let me ask you, Rock, would you rather me come up to you? Well, a female, let's just use a female. Would you rather her come up to you and hug you or hit you in the dick? Which one?
What?
That's a dumbass question.
Yeah, because you're making a clown ass argument.
How's it a clown argument? We're talking about boxing.
You're saying
I need to hear Scorsese explain this because it doesn't make sense as it pertains to the topic.
Yes, it does, man. Yes, it does. Look.
We're
saying one man was dirty with a hold, okay? And we're saying one man was dirty with blows that change you, blows that hurt you, blows that
headlocks don't hurt you and change you.
Nah, bruh. I'm telling you right now, I'd rather
because I seen Vladimir Klitschko defend his title for damn near 10 years. I'd
rather be after I've hit a man.
Headlocks change. Every fighter he fought, he knocked him smooth the fuck out.
After I've hit a man in his nuts multiple times. If he feels like headlocking me is the thing to do, guess what? I don't care. You're done. You're done. You're a man. I know how that feels. Badu Jack knew what he was doing. He couldn't stand the rain in the 5th and 6th round.
Dude,
I thought Badu Jack was better than that.
I get what you're saying. Adonis Stevenson moved out the way.
Nah.
Adonis Stevenson did not have to fight on the inside.
Why didn't he have to fight on the inside? Badu Jack was great from the outside, taking away the left hand. Did you see left hands landing in the first 3 rounds? I didn't.
Hey, dude, I get you. Here's the thing. He still could have tried to fight from the outside. He did not have to fight from the inside.
He hurt him on the inside in the 5th and 6th round.
Hey, how many times somebody got to hit you in the dick before you tired of it?
Bernstein said, if you saw Badu Jack before this fight,
ain't in the ring.
During the 5th and the 6th round, I'm just giving you takes. During the 5th and the 6th round, they said you would not know how good Badu Jack is on the inside because Stevenson was kicking his ass and he could not take it. I thought Badu Jack would win the inside battle, but I was totally wrong when it was a fair fight. Stevenson was fucking him up and he didn't like it. He got dirty. And that's what I'm telling you. McDonald may do the same thing with Inoue, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to say the same shit. It's ridiculous that these fighters can't be just great because people are too pussy to let them.
First of all great fighters had dirty tactics. They've all fought.
Not all great fighters.
Yes,
not all great fighters have dirty tactics.
Name a clean one.
Them have dirty
Name a clean fighter. Name a clean fighter.
You can talk about a great fighter today that just fought. He's not a dirty fighter.
No. Answer the question.
Badu Jack is
No. Name an all-time great fighter.
I'm giving you
fought clean throughout his career.
Badu Jack has fought for
all-time great.
No. Fuck all-time great. I'm talking about great people today.
But he asked you a question about all-time great, though.
You pick them. You said great.
You
said all great fighters.
You can,
now you want to say all-time greats. I don't want to do history.
Hey, Holyfield ain't nobody's pussy, but Holyfield's dirty as fuck.
I can talk about 2 men.
Yeah, he was dirty. He did use some dirty tactics.
Badu Jack normally is not a dirty fighter, and Adonis Stevenson is.
But he was though.
So that's two
like
right
you just admitted that he was.
I mean,
so you can't use that.
You just called a new way. You just called a new way the pound for pound, and he's not a dirty
no.
fighter.
Here's the whole point.
All right,
people are
not all dirty.
My point to my question is that every great fighter is used.
Chocolatito ain't a dirty fighter. Chocolatito ain't.
I didn't say he's a dirty fighter. I'm saying that every great fighter has used some type of dirty, fouls to get through.
Well, they should be disqualified potentially in that fight.
I wouldn't necessarily say dirty, but
fouls.
A lot of fighters have the ability to switch up and get rough and physical when need be.
Right. Adonis, he couldn't get physical.
A foul is part of sports, though.
Yeah.
He told Adonis he had no business fighting on the inside, being physical, because he had the longer arms. That came out of Rock's mouth.
No, that's not what I said. No, it's not. That is not what I said.
That's where he had the most success in the fight. That's where the fight.
I said if he was tired of getting hit in the dick, he could have stopped from getting hit in the dick by moving.
Okay,
clearly he wanted to get hit in the dick.
You move well after you've been hit in the dick.
He wanted to get hit in the dick.
Right. Let me ask you: do you move very well after you've been hit in the dick or in the leg? Do you not? Are you like Luke Cage or something? And you don't feel that?
I can move well after some time of not getting hit in the dick.
Okay, so what if there isn't
just 5 minutes.
So let me ask you, what if that's kind of happening every minute after you've already fought 7 or 8 rounds? What if it's
why do you keep going into the same place to go get hit in the dick?
I think you got to step back into the ring, bro. It ain't no running in that ring. It's just not gonna happen.
So moving is running now,
bro. Badu Jack did it from distance. He did it up close. It was going to plan what he was doing. This was going to plan. My man walked to the corner. I want you to just take this point real quick. Take this point real quick. Badu Jack walked to the corner and smiled at Floyd Mayweather after he threw a low blow. Him and Floyd, he ain't like that, and he was smiling at him. All right, this was part of a damn plan, and it's not cool. What does that got
to do with a
It's not cool. Yo, I don't know too many people who stuff low blows. You name me somebody who stuffed low blows. I
name you people that avoid the shit, motherfuckers that move.
How do you move when you're being hit low? That's the point of being hit low, to take your energy and your legs and different things of that nature, make you feel pain in areas where you disable you. That's
either you move or you hit them back to let them know we're not gonna have this tonight.
I think we can do this all night long. I think the only thing you can do is if you don't want to be a dirty fighter, you're gonna just take it. If you don't want to be a dirty fighter, some people don't want to be dirty.
Nobody
don't want to be dirty. Some people don't want to be dirty. It is what it is.
But he was being dirty. He was headlocking him.
Holding is the equivalent of hitting somebody in the nuts.
Let me say something. Henry Akawande got disqualified.
Lost a fight. Thank you.
Lennox Lewis. What are you talking about, bro?
Yes, I'm not saying did Lennox Lewis nuts hurt after the fight?
Dude, foul's a foul, bro. Does it hurt? A foul, dude. Doesn't matter. Foul is a foul, bro.
Or hit in the nuts. That's a foul.
Is a foul, dude. It doesn't matter if you get hit in the nuts. It doesn't matter if you get.
Answer my question. Dan, just answer my question. Just answer my question. It don't matter, but you can at least answer the question.
I will answer your question until I make my point. I will answer your question until I make my point. My point is, a foul is a foul, whether you hit them in the nuts, whether you excessively hold them or you headlock them. They're all fouls, bro. If you keep doing it excessively, you get disqualified. You get deducted to the point. So that's exactly what Stevenson and Jack did to each other.
Yeah, this is not the NFL where one penalty has more merit, or you get penalized more for one infraction than the other. This is boxing here.
No, Dan. All right, well, let Dan answer the question. Dan, does it hurt to be hitting the nuts? Yes or no, Dan?
Of course it does. I mean,
that's all right. Now answer this one. Answer this one. Does it hurt that a man say, "Oh, I wrapped your arms up"? Does it hurt? Like, honestly, does it hurt?
You can.
Okay. All right. What hold in that fight did Stevenson have that was equivalent to the pain of low blows?
Headlock. You know when you headlock a guy?
I'm full of it. I'm full of it.
Do you know
you ever been in a
headlock a guy?
Hey, look, let me tell you something Sugar Hill said in the corner. He said, you got to tie the man up better, meaning Adonis wasn't even doing a good job tying the motherfucker up. That was Sugar Hill's words. He was still getting hit in the tire. He was too weak to even tie the man up.
He was still headlocking him though. He headlocked the They were some strong.
I don't know about headlocks. I don't know about headlocks. I saw him holding arms.
I saw him headlocking.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But let me tell you, I'm consistent in the sense that if I see you hitting a man in the dick and he's not hitting you back, it's nothing in that ring that he can't do to you, in my honest opinion, that I'm going to feel sympathy for you for. You're a piece of shit for breaking the fucking rules, and you don't deserve to be fighting a fair fighter. You don't deserve it. All you deserve is to fight Salitos for the rest of your career. And I hope people are greatly entertained by your bullshit and your inability to fight a great fighter head up. That's all I got to say. You know, that's just my take. I don't have to change yours. You don't have to change mine. But I promise to God, if Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder get in the ring and the fight end in 3 minutes in low blows, none of you will be happy. And I will be here saying, no, fuck that, fuck that. Rejoice on that shit like you do every day. So I pray that's what happens in that fight. Because we need to learn that cheaters shouldn't be in the same area as real fighters. Shouldn't be.
All right, it is what it is. But I'm going to wrap this up, y'all. This is very, very good conversation. I thank you guys for coming on, chopping it up as always. We all agree, disagree, so Darius. That's the way it is. I want to thank Umar just got in too late, man. Umar, you late as hell, bro. But anyways, we'll stay off for a second. But I want to shout out to my panel, Mike from Pound for Pound Boxing Report. Nyota, Rock 89, Low Place, and EJ and Charlie Brown. They were on here for a minute, but they had to bounce. I want to thank my commenters in the comment section. Black Latin Seas, Vishal Strokes. I think I pronounced your name right, man. Sorry if I butchered it. MBT Boxing, Derek Williams, all you guys, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Next time we are out. Peace.